Hello, I am Dr. Sandeep Varpe, working as Assistant Professor in International Institute of Information Technology, Hinjawadi, Pune. Today, we'll see Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. In Heisenberg uncertainty principle is the important topic in a quantum mechanics where we'll see how the uncertainty in two parameters and how to overcome this uncertainty by using quantum mechanics. First, we'll see the statement of Heisenberg uncertainty principle, which is it is impossible to determine accurately and simultaneously a pair of physical variables which describe the motion of an atomic system if delta x is uncertainty in the position when momentum is measured accurately. Delta p is uncertainty in momentum when position is measured accurately. If you observe these two parameters, delta x and delta p, that time we are getting uncertainty in position. That time momentum is measured accurately, while when we are looking delta p, that time uncertainty in momentum and that time position measured accurately. So it is uh, vice versa to each other. Then according to Heisenberg's principle, the product of uncertainties is of the order of Planck constant. So we can write this equation: delta x into delta p is greater than or equal to h, where h is equal to 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 joules second is a Planck constant, and delta x and delta p is uncertainty in position and delta p uncertainty in momentum. More accurately, we can write this as delta x into delta p is greater than equal to h cross by 2. This h cross is another constant which is h upon 2 pi. So more accurate, you can write delta x into delta p, which is greater than equal to h cross by 2, or we can write this delta x into delta p is greater than or equal to h upon 4y. Both equations are similar, only in this equation we have written in terms of h cross and here we have written in terms of h only. We can explain this uncertainty principle by using the wavelength of matter wave associated with the particle of mass m and having momentum p, which is given by lambda is equal to h upon p or lambda is equal to h upon mv, where h is Planck constant, m is mass and v is velocity. A moving microparticle is associated with a wave packet. A wave packet spread over a region of space. Although particle is located somewhere within the packet, it is difficult to locate the exact position of the microparticle at given time. Because we are saying when we are considering microparticle, that time it is difficult to find its position, though we know the particle will be somewhere inside the given region, but to find its exact location and to find its exact momentum simultaneously, it a difficult task. Okay, for that we can see the example of broad packet wave packet. In broad wave packet, see this diagram, it is clear we can observe the wave, its clear crest and throws and definite amplitude. So that time we can write the momentum P is equal to h upon lambda. Now, if broad wave packet of de Broglie waves is associated with the particle, its wavelength lambda and momentum P is equal to h upon lambda can be determined accurately. See from diagram. As wave packet is broad, clear wave we can observe, that time easily we can find the lambda wavelength, which is the distance between two consecutive points which are in same phase. So if we know the lambda, we can find the value of momentum easily by this formula or this equation, P is equal to h upon lambda. For matter waves, the amplitude indicate their most probable position within the wave packet. So particle position uh, most probable, and it indicated by amplitudes. In broad wave packet, as amplitude is almost uniform, amplitude of this wave is always or uniform everywhere. The amplitude is uniform everywhere. So the probability of finding particle is also uniform. So to find the position of particle on this wave is also uniform. Hence, the exact position of the particle cannot be located. Due to that, we are not getting exact position of particle and gives uncertainty in the position of particle. So in this example, we seen when we could get exact momentum by P is equal to h upon lambda, cause the wave is broad and we can easily find its wavelength, but it is difficult to find its position. So one parameter is not getting exact when we are getting other parameter. So we will give a second example of narrow wave packet. Narrow wave packet is like this. When narrow wave packet is there, all waves are in very close. So that time, instead of considering a single waves, we are considering a wave group and resultant amplitude we are considering. So see this. According to concept of wave packet, a group of wave is associated with a moving matter particle. The most probable position of particle is thus determined by the amplitude of resultant wave in the wave packet. So see, as we are just considering these resultant wave, then its amplitude we can consider, and corresponding position we are getting more easily. So its position we are getting accurately. However, in narrow wave packet, wavelength lambda, hence momentum P is equal to h upon lambda cannot be measured accurately, and thus it is introduced uncertainty in momentum. Now, in this narrow wave packet, as we are getting clear their position, that time it is difficult to find wavelength accurately. So due to that, when we are not getting accurate wavelength, that time the momentum is depend on the wavelength by this formula, P is equal to h upon lambda. So there is uncertainty observed in momentum. So from previous these two example, it is clear that one parameter we are getting clear or accurately, but other parameters we are not getting simultaneously in that time or that moment. Let's see next point. Next point is to Heisenberg principle applied to energy and time. So when energy and time is there, that parameters how it shows or how it behave in Heisenberg uncertainty principle. For that purpose, the kinetic energy and time form a pair of canonical conjugate variables. The kinetic energy of particle of mass m moving with velocity v is given by the equation E is equal to half mv square, which is a very famous equation. Now we'll differentiate this equation as here E, we are differentiating E. Then if you observe this m is mass of particle which is constant, so we are not differentiating that. So when differentiate v square, it will be 2v into delta v. Just see that step. Delta E is equal to half m 2v into delta v. Now here we can observe at denominator there is 2 and numerator 2, that 2 get cancelled, and just we rearrange these by taking these m to this side and v to this side. So we can see this step. In the bracket we are taken m into delta v, and m is mass and v is the velocity. So as here uncertain velocity, so product of mass into uncertain velocity we can write as uncertainty in momentum. Just the next step. So delta E is equal to V into delta P. Now here we can observe this V is the velocity. Velocity is nothing but distance upon time, and when we are considering a small velocity, that time we can write change in distance upon with respect to change in time. So that we can write in next step. So it is delta E is equal to delta x upon delta t into delta p. Now just we are taking these delta t that side. So that equation gives delta E into delta t is equal to delta x into delta p. This delta x into delta p value you already know, which is given by Heisenberg's. So according to Heisenberg principle, we know the value delta x into delta p, which is greater than or equal to h. So at the one side we know, other side should be that value. So we can write delta E into delta t, which is also greater than or equal to h. Thus, the product of uncertainties of energy and time is of the order of Planck constant. Hence, it can be conclude that Heisenberg uncertainty principle is also true for energy and time variable. As previously we have seen, Heisenberg uncertainty principle is applicable for position and momentum. Similarly, this is another pair which is energy and time. So the product of uncertain energy and uncertain time is also a constant, and which is the order of Planck constants. Okay, thank you.